Donnelly is a gubernatorial candidate in California, and recently he released an ad featuring a Venezuelan actress. Now, this is relevant because he's a hardliner when it comes to immigration. In fact, he wants to repeal the DREAM Act in California, which essentially allows children of undocumented immigrants to have access to state funding so they can go to college. Now, this has to do with undocumented children as well. They've been smuggled into the country, but they were extremely young. They grew up here, went to high school here. So the DREAM Act is really, really important. But no, Tim Donnelly is against it. Now, it's funny to have a Venezuelan actress in there, because people would assume, well, is she being used as a pawn? Like, what's going on? And the ad itself was super awkward and uncomfortable. Let's take a look.
I want a gun in every Californian's gun safe. I want the government out of our businesses and our bedrooms. I want to bring the film industry back where she belongs, Hollywood. I want to make California the sexiest place on the planet to do business. And I want us to do this together, because we are all California.
Los tiene bien grandes. Y está enojado. Pero todos somos California.
What? I don't even know.
What? Do we all miss it? What?
He has big balls apparently, and that's not his wife. So I don't know how his wife feels about this Venezuelan actress saying that he has big balls. But anyway, her name is María Conchita Alonso, and apparently she was supposed to be in the Spanish version of the Vagina Monologues, but apparently she had to resign from that position and resign from the theater that she was working at in San Francisco. It's the Brava Theater, because they didn't like that she was supporting his anti-immigrant message. So this is interesting. I think that we might have differences in opinion here, but apparently one of the producers at the theater said the following: we really can't have her in the show, unfortunately. Of course, she has the right to say whatever she wants, but we're in the middle of the mission. Doing what she is doing is against what we believe. What do you guys think?
Well, I suppose as a private company, they can make their decision, but this goes to everything we keep talking about with Duck Dynasty and that whole thing. This isn't a free speech issue. She's allowed to say whatever she wants, and then the company, the production company can do what they want. Any movie companies that want to hire her to work, she was in Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger, one of my favorite movies actually, they can make that decision. I think this is just a sad state of affairs. Is everyone going to be vetted at every job for every thought that they have? Maybe that's where we're heading, because we now put everything out there online and in social media. Maybe every job that you get forever will depend on every political opinion that you have being agreed upon by your employers.
Wow.
And that's pretty sad.
That may be where we're headed. I mean, luckily we're not there yet, but I mean, I think that they had a point. They had lots of calls for a boycott of the production. So for the producers, that's a big deal, and it does get them a lot of free publicity. But
I think that's it, really.
It's sort of surprising. I'm sure that it sounds like they came to a mutual decision that she was going to resign from there. But I don't know if it's the opposite of the outreach that you're trying to do. If it's actually just dismantling the program you are attempting to do with the Vagina Monologues being in a Spanish language production, then I can understand them saying, that's not going to work for us.
Yeah, no, I can understand them saying that as well. So I see both of your points, and I think that, Dave, you make a really good point. I don't like the idea of losing a job just because you decide to practice your First Amendment right, go out there and engage in any type of protest or political speech, anything like that. But at the same time, if your political speech is somehow harming the company you work for, it harms their bottom line, they do have the right to let you go. So if they've decided to let her go, I mean, you just kind of have to support it, regardless of whether or not you agree with her political message.
No, but then this particular play, the Vagina Monologues, doesn't really deal with the kind of political aspects of what this particular candidate was trying to say and what she was supporting him. So, it's not the same topic.
Yeah,
right. The DREAM Act itself and the Vagina Monologues, I don't think, I've only seen clips of the Vagina Monologues, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't have to do that much with immigration.
No, but that's totally irrelevant. I mean, if they're getting people who are protesting the production and they're protesting her involvement in the production, even if that ad had nothing to do with the Vagina Monologues, and the Vagina Monologues has nothing to do with those political issues, if the company feels pressure to let her go because it's hurting their bottom line, then they're going to let her go.
And there have been other productions that have had protesters coming outside their theater to protest whatever's the subject matter, and it's generally Christians or conservatives who come out to protest, a particular aspect of a production. So this is sort of an interesting turn of the tables.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to show some level of intellectual honesty. And when it came to Phil Robertson and Duck Dynasty, I never called for the guy to be fired. They decided to do it. It was not a First Amendment issue because it had nothing to do with the government, although most people sort of forgot that fact. So in this case, as I said, a private company can do what they want. And if you want to then go see the Vagina Monologues elsewhere, because I'm pretty sure you can see it in many different states and cities, then you'll go do so.